right. Hey, welcome. Welcome to another night of The Forsaken. Here we are again. Back after a week hiatus. So glad to be here. Welcome, chat. Welcome, players. Just so chat is aware, we have some players in chat. I will not be in. I mean, I usually don't look at chat anyway, so you're probably used to it. So, you know, nothing different. Same old, same old. But here we are. Let's get started with a little recap of not last week, 2 weeks ago, our last episode. Just make sure we're all good here. Yeah. So our adventurers were marched to Queen Council Isada's court to explain why Osbergen's soldiers were accusing them of crashing the once floating city of Baryn. Rhaenyra apologized for what involvement they did have, while the rest explained that it was mostly an accident, that they were trying to find some friends who were being held captive there, and inadvertently discovered several mages being held against their will in the basement of the council building. Little did they know that freeing them would cut the floating city's power supply and crash it into the remaining city below. Queen Council Asada empathized with them, commending them on their efforts and promising that she would call off their bounty and demand a meeting of Osbergen officials to discuss the incident. After this, the group learned that someone that they've met before may be able to help them on their possible journey to Dem Glemte in the future. Lashta, the elf they met at the charity house in Relesk. The Queen Council also shared information that the mage Cullem Krenthora was last seen on the mountainside forest south of Lysadore, a city that had suffered an unfortunate fate in the last mage wars. She would allow them use of the transportation circle to get to Relesk, and from there, they would travel where they desired. After some discussion, the group accepted her offer of help and took the transportation circle to the city they had escaped to right after Baryn. But only after they did that, did they realize that their once clear memories of their destination had shifted and become a little fuzzy. And that's what happened last time on The Forsaken. So this week, y'all start off right in Relesk. We ended last session with y'all transporting there via the teleportation circle at the Aberys Empire that the Queen Council let you use. So y'all had just exited the transportation circle and kind of stepped out into the city. It looks fairly the same. There were people kind of going about their day. I honestly don't remember. I mean, I'm guessing it's probably like midday by now, I would think.
Yeah, because we talked with the council in the morning.
You talked with the council in the morning. You just gotten up. So I would say it's about midday.
So we had second breakfast.
Yeah, people are going about their business in the town. Everyone make perception checks for me, please.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
I should probably pull out my character sheet.
Maybe.
I'm sorry, who are you?
15. 25.
Sorry, I have to move dice to get some more dice.
Sure.
Perception. 16.
Yeah, that's an 8.
Oof.
I'm too distracted by my whiskey coffee.
You're so distracted.
15,
anyone who got it wouldn't be that high, so probably like a 10 or above, would probably notice that people walking by, whereas you remember Relesk before. You don't really remember Relesk before.
The dreamy remembering.
The dreamy, like, as players. I will say as players, you remember that your character, that the people in the town were very overly happy, and, you do notice that it kind of, as you look at people's faces, as your characters look at people's faces as they pass by, it definitely, even though you can't place why, it definitely feels a little bit different. It feels familiar, but like something has tinged it a bit, like that, where it was a shiny metal before, it's kind of, coppered up a bit. And you would notice as soon as you step out of the transportation circle into the street, it is daylight, sun is shining. You do see a plaque on an opposite wall across the street. Does anyone care to look at that plaque and see what it says?
Yeah. No, yeah, I would.
Okay. All right. So a few of you walk up. Kind of stepping aside out of some people as they kind of like go down this street. On the plaque, it warns against the use of magic, restricting it even in public places. At least here in the city of Relesk.
And when we look at that, does that feel off to us, or does that feel normal to us because of the reality we're in?
Kind of like how you felt when you first stepped out of the transportation circle into the city. It does feel a little unfamiliar.
Gotcha.
It does say that any use of magic in public is punishable by the city and by the government there. So, and you would notice those with the 10 or higher perception checks from before would have noticed, like, well, there's not a heavy guard presence. You'll see a guard that kind of looks like maybe they're kind of just walking around a few blocks over to the left. You'll see a guard standing by a shop to the right. It's not overly militant, but enough for you to notice. And I think that I mentioned that you came out in the area where the tailor shop was, that Pyxrin would definitely recognize from before from her visit there. I think there was also a chocolate shop there, as well as, the flower shop was there as well. What would you like to do?
Go to the charity house?
Yeah, go to the charity house.
Who doesn't have any memories of this place anyway? So.
Right. Yeah, Zephyr, it seems like a pretty big city to you. Pretty big city. Everything is kind of has a very, you see a lot of like metallic structures, a lot of metallic embellishments on stone buildings. Also, if you look around, you see like the metallic sections that kind of section off the city, kind of rising several, 100 feet in the air, kind of going around the city. So the group of you start your way towards the charity house, at least the way that you remember. We'll go ahead and stick with our perception checks from before and the 10 or higher. You would notice that I guess, like, it still feels off. I guess you wouldn't notice anything missing because your memories aren't clear. But, but it seems fairly safe. Other than the heightened militant, the militant presence that's heightened compared to maybe, say, even the Empire that you had just left. Like, you had seen guards there, but they didn't seem as stationed. They seem more to be acting, in helping and assisting the residents of the city. These seem more stationed in their areas. So you make your way over to where you remember the charity house being. Kind of passing under, also you go ahead and pass under that main center tower. Everything feels okay. You get to the charity house. You access the staircase to the side and go up the flights of stairs, getting to a closed door to the charity house.
I knock on it.
Okay.
I need more clarification.
everyone make fresh perception checks for me as you're here at the door.
20.
Okay.
Not dirty 20.
Okay. Oof.
8.
14.
19. 14 plus 5.
Sorry, I'm
You're
getting
okay.
distracted by my kids.
You're fine.
Perception?
Yes. Just a fresh perception check, please.
Yay, I got a 16.
All right. So I guess everyone, because you got an 8, Zephyr?
Yep.
Okay. Everyone except Zephyr
Lower's better this time, right?
would would hear it sounds like there's a lot of commotion going on inside. Like not like an alarming level, like something's wrong, but there's just a lot of talking, a lot of chatter. You hear some giggles of laughter. And you wait there for a few minutes. No one comes to the door. It's about, a minute passes by, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you knock again?
Sure.
Okay.
Did you say minutes? That's how many minutes had gone by?
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Oh, I would have knocked after like a
Okay,
minute or two.
Okay, all right. So you knock again.
I thought that was like seconds we were
Nope.
sitting there waiting.
Nope. You knock again about a couple of minutes after waiting a bit, and it takes another minute, but like a minute or two, but someone comes. You hear the door kind of unlatch, and actually after one unlatch, you what keeps happening over near my my phone?
Your
keeps going
phone fell
dark.
asleep,
Your phone fell asleep
okay.
and the
and
camera
it shifted everybody.
Oh
Joe,
no!
Yes.
The
That's
battle map
what
is
we're
now
doing.
Joe.
I am currently.
We were
Joe is
messaging you to
not
let you know.
here.
It never does that. Oh god, technology, why?
But now it's in the last spot, so.
Sure. So weird. After you hear like one kind of like a latch undo, you hear a sliding of wood and see 2 eyes that you don't recognize. It's kind of a greenish blue skin tone. These kind of piercing green eyes kind of look out this kind of like wooden slat above the door. Can I help you?
Yeah, we're here to see. Is it Lashta? Is that her name? I don't remember. Yeah, Lashta.
What's your business?
Is she here? We come bringing greetings from a long friend that I can't tell you the name. I'm sorry.
Do you have a name I can give her?
Mr. A.
Who's Mr. A?
I'll need to.
Wait, sorry, out of character. Isn't she connected to Aurelius?
She was
Not
Am I
necessarily.
great?
No.
Oh, internet's slowing down. Great.
Could be.
Oh, I thought that was the connection of what we were going on. Never mind.
Well, she's from.
Nora
No,
said
she's
that,
from
'cause I don't
Dem
actually know that as a
Glemte.
character then.
Yeah, she's from. Yeah,
It's like a whole.
y'all found out that she's from Dem Glemte. The Queen Council suggested that maybe it was one of the Queen's Councils suggested that one of the tiefling women suggested that you should seek her out since she's from there. She might be able to help because
It's been a long 2 weeks, guys. Okay.
And you also saw her on the back of one of the coins in the Empire as well, as if she was part of the Queen's Council.
Got it.
A little
I didn't
update
say-
for you.
I didn't say any of those things then.
Okay. I'll
We're here to see Lashta.
look.
we
I'm
have
sorry.
a friend from her homeland that wants to meet her.
I need a name to give her on who's seeing her. I apologize, but hopefully you
my
understand.
name is Wren. My name is Wren.
All right. I will be right back. And
Thank
that
you.
shuts the slat. It's gone for a bit. You still hear some you still hear some talking from inside. You do hear a few, like, almost like a couple of, like, kids whisper on the other side of the door.
Rude.
And some shuffling, and you hear, when you say that, Zephyr, you hear a couple of little gasps, and then feet kind of scurrying away. About, only like a minute goes by, and the wooden slot opens again, and most of you see a familiar pair of eyes looking out, looking like Lashta. Oh, hold on. Closes the slat, undoes another latch, and another, and sounds like locking mechanisms, and opens the door. Oh, this is a surprise. Come on in.
Thank you.
What? Does everyone, I guess, go into the building? Go into the room?
Yeah.
Yep. take
I
it
do.
over.
She'll close the door after you. This is, what do I... Oh, this pleasure. And as the group of you had stepped in, this place looks bursting. There are probably, I mean, even from this small space that you can tell, which is just the hallway that goes down to the main room, and you have those doorways that kind of go in between, you can see kids just running. There's definitely a lot more activity here than there was the last time that you left. So, what do I owe the pleasure of? Welcome back to Relesk.
Somebody else talk, because I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently.
We heard that there was some trouble in Dem Glemte. We wanted your opinion.
I'm sorry, what, Dem Glemte?
Also, this is Zephyr. He's from Dem Glemte as well.
I need more clarification.
Right.
Zephyr's the name.
Maybe we should all sit down. Come on over here. And she will kind of lead the group of you down the hallway and towards the kitchen that most of you except Zephyr are familiar with. There are a couple of kids in the kitchen kind of playing and one doing homework. Scott, I need the room. Go into the other room over there. And out of the kitchen walks a Triton race. I don't know if any of you would be familiar with, but since I've already said it, then we'll just say that you're all familiar with it. And this seems like the person that opened the slot earlier, and you saw like the greenish blue skin and the green eyes. Very tall, very muscular. Currently wearing just like brown slacks and like a white loose tank almost. It's tight in the ends. And he kind of dries his hands on a towel and nods at the group of you, and then heads back out, kind of leading the kids out, out with him into another room. Lashta will sit down at the table. Please, have a seat. Adrian's doing a class right now, but I'm sure he would be happy to see you.
As would we.
What
We-
normally goes
Is there anyone else
on
around
stage?
right now?
Right now, I mean, the doors to the kitchen, there's no door to like shut. It's open. It doesn't seem like anyone's in the little small kitchenette area, like where the sink and stuff is. No one's at the table with you right now, but you do hear kids, of course, like running back and forth and talking outside the room.
We were. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, out of character question.
Yes.
The last time we were here was when we were here in the other reality, right?
Yeah. Well, before
so to
the,
speak,
but
yes.
I mean, before things started being weird. I mean, whatever you want to call that. I'm not going to
yeah.
put names on it.
Yeah. But to this reality,
Yeah, okay.
had we been there before, actually.
Yeah, you remember
Oh,
being
yeah.
there before. Like, your memories of being at the charity house haven't changed. I mean, that's why I've said that you remember these things. Yeah. Yeah, your memories of the charity house have
Adrian.
not
Great,
changed.
guys.
You still remember
Don't hurt
Adrian, you
yourself.
still remember Lashta.
Yeah.
You still remember, Kazil's father that was there at one point, the
Okay.
children that you had met there. None
In
of
our-
that had changed.
In our memory, then, was it also a? So I guess when you say that the city is different than what we kind of remember, different than what we remember from this reality, or different from what is our potential other reality? I know these are really strange questions, but
No,
I'm trying
you're
to.
fine. You're fine. It's just, it's almost like,
different than
it's
what we
almost
as
like a
players
dream.
remember.
It's almost like a dream that you had.
Okay.
Like when I say, it's fuzzy and it seems off, it's like having a dream of a place and then trying to remember it after you wake up.
Yeah. So I get my final question for all those questions leading to then
Sure.
is when we came in this reality, was the whole no magic use, like really hampering down on magic existing at that point? Or is that a whole new
I
thing
think
to
I
us?
said that seems different to you. It
Okay,
seemed
okay.
different.
Okay.
You're not really sure how or why, but it seems off.
Solid. That's all I need. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
No problem.
We received communication yesterday that Aurelius had been under a sort of house arrest imposed by the library of Dem Glemte. We don't know much about Dem Glemte except Aurelius. And we wanted just to get your insights on the situation.
I got all that right? It was
Yeah.
the
I think
so,
library
yeah.
full and straight.
I mean,
yeah.
I was kind of half listening because I'm trying to fix the layout, but yes, from what I heard, yes. You see, Lashta kind of shifts in her chair. I don't know what you think I know. I'm sorry. Let's back up here. So the group of you assume that I'm from Dem Glemte. From where and from whom? This other plane.
If I remember correctly.
Have you ever heard of the Everest Empire?
We were recently in another town, talking with some uppity-ups of the area, facing some issues.
Empire.
Yeah, that empire. And a person there that kind of seemed to be up on the old prophetic, fortune-telling kind of stuff said, hey, you should talk to your friend Lashta, because she's from Dem Glemte. Is that correct? I'm pretty sure that's what happened, right?
and a member of the council.
Yeah, the council.
Yeah, Leaf. What's her name?
I mean, if you're not from Dem Glemte, we could bounce. I mean, we don't have to bother you. We just figured you wanted to be helpful and part of the team.
Dem Glemte. Home.
Yeah, that too. Same with my wolf. Home, I think. We're still figuring it out.
No, the wolf is from there. I could tell it when you brought it in the last time.
These are a
Okay.
little weird here.
All right. And a kid runs in and then stops as soon as he gets to the doorway, like not expecting unknown people to be in here. Go
Do I
on.
recognize the kid?
You do. It is most of you would, of course, except, those who weren't here before. Pyxrin would definitely recognize this child, since it was the one that helped you out back when you went outside, ran outside crying. Blonde child, one of the youngest probably that you've seen here, or that you remember seeing here. With wide blue eyes.
I take a little acorn and I make sure Pip sees it, and then I throw it to her. And then Pip scurries over to her.
Chases her.
And she'll laugh and kind of run into the next room. You'll hear a few squeals from excited squeals, and also a few kids ah! One kid runs in the opposite direction down the hallway towards the door, and
just don't kill him, please.
You hear a door shut. Yeah. So it causes quite the commotion.
Perfect.
Oh. You would hear a familiar voice from another room be like, "Damn it, who let a squirrel in here?" It's Adrian. Would someone...
It's my squirrel!
Oh God.
Don't hurt it.
Did I not give them names? Okay, cool stuff. Roger, could you get the squirrel, please? And
no, it's fine.
Lashta, I'm taking care of it. And you hear a door close. Sorry, things are a little more hectic here than when you left.
Did Pip come back, or is he still out?
No,
in the hallway
Pip's still out there. You hear some laughing.
I just wanted
and
to
some
know. Okay, that's
squealing.
great. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know.
So, yeah. I am from Dem Glemte, which I guess you now know. I do know the Erebus Empire and the Council. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know a lot about Aurelius, though. I know that he was there in the plane, and he came there not too long before I left. He was kind of an inspiration.
How so?
Well, he kind of came in and helped. The plane was kind of cut off from other planes and this plane before. But he kind of came in and helped kind of build connections with, portals and sending people from Dem Glemte to other planes to kind of, put the word out there, I guess. But, not too many people know about it here. But in case something was needed, by, making it possible that they could get help. And some of that kind of, I take that back. Retcon. He didn't come right before she left. He had been there since she was born. That was my fault. In fact, what he did kind of was the reason why so many mages escaped to Dem Glemte after the Mage Wars. I made their home there. Formed the library. With Aurelius's help, and some of the mages formed the library that came there because they wanted to protect the plane and protect the knowledge there, but it kind of went to shit.
Library did?
I mean, I guess they're fine. The last time I was there, they were fine, but it just became less about protecting and more about power.
So if I said, hey, like, let's work with the library to save the world and bring balance to the magic use in the world, would you believe me?
No. I mean, the library is very powerful in Dem Glemte, and possibly even compared to something here. It's filled with very powerful people. And I do believe that those people would definitely feed you the lie that they could help. I mean, of course I haven't been home for a while. I don't know what. So, wait. So rewind. You said before that Aurelius was being held captive?
By the library.
We last
Don't
talked to
trust
them.
the library.
Well, when we last talked to him, we actually talked to, I think it's his assistant. I'm not really sure their relationship, but she informed us that he's in kind of a stupor, because it's kind of, he's sort of imprisoned now there within his own place, and she
Coffee
made
shop.
it seem, coffee shop. He made it seem like the people that have trapped him there is actually the library that have done that.
Huh.
But when we started working with him, the library was, the head of the good guys, if you will. Good people.
I don't know Aurelius, but from what I've heard about him, if he believed that, then he was lied to. He's always helped Dem Glemte, at least from the stories I've heard. I've never even met him in person. And you can kind of tell that she is a little uneasy talking about Dem Glemte, and but have you ever met a ruler of a kingdom or of a city, and they seemed good because the city was okay, but once you get to know them better, they kind of become an asshole, or you see that they're an asshole? I would think, now this is just from a commoner's perspective of the plane, that the library could be the same way.
What do you think would make the library? I understand you said you don't know Aurelius, but what would make them want to turn on someone that they're using or working for them?
I would say that something's changed.
Have you heard of the term, and I guess correct me if we've talked about this before with her and I don't remember. Have you heard of the term the Shiga?
No.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah,
to
you
see
can
if she
insight check
does?
it. Yeah.
Natural 20.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh. No, she seems honest. She seems like she hasn't heard of the word Shiga.
Okay. Well, she has now.
She has now, yes. What's that?
It's just, I just wanted to see if it connected with you, and for some reason we think it maybe has something to do with this, but we're not 100% sure. You seem like you would much rather be talking about something else. Did you leave Dem Glemte in unfavorable ways, or what is it that makes you hesitant to speak of it?
Well, it's kind of a personal matter, don't you think?
Sure.
Family stuff.
I 100% get that.
Side check.
Sure, you can make an insight check. Are you making it on Wren or on
No, on
Valid question.
Lashta?
17.
Yeah, she seems. Yeah, I mean, definitely she's hiding things because she's, not telling you about it. But yeah, it's
stuff.
family stuff.
I need more clarification.
She kind of smirks at you, Zephyr. Cute.
Excuse me, I'm sensitive.
Picked up this one, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's fun.
Yeah.
Where's
Where's
your gnome friend? The other one.
Did you ever meet
Gimbal.
Danelia.
Danelia, thank you. Did you ever meet Danelia from the fancy cool store?
Forge.
Forge. I can't remember what it was. It just was a really cool looking store.
Oh, the Forge.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I've been there, but I don't know who works there by name.
Long story short, relationship on again, off again, and then they saw each other again, and then they were like, let's be together
On again.
Yeah, on again. So they actually, he went back to outside Baryn last we knew with her to live. And
Have you heard from him? I don't know. Do we lose Zach?
Uh-oh.
Kind of looks like it.
Yep.
He's pondering.
Oh, Zach.
He's
I think he's
thinking
just thinking about
really
it.
hard.
Too much. It's
Just
too much.
thinking about it.
Playing the part of Zach now will be.
He's about to say something really great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose him. Oh no.
Oh no. He's frozen on stream.
Frozen everywhere.
Oh,
Oh, no.
and he's officially gone.
Wow, tech problems
Boom.
abound tonight.
Well, this is a good time for Pyxrin to take out that thermos of whiskey coffee and just sit it down in the middle of the table.
Yes.
Tegan will gladly
do
take a
it.
sip of tea. Yes, please.
Mhm.
Do it.
There you go.
Oh, I think he's back. Oh,
Hey!
he's back.
so they were on again, off again. It's no big deal.
Just like you.
They went to Baryn, didn't they? Or outside of Baryn.
So have you, you see Lashta get very serious for a second. Well, I mean, she's kind of always been serious, but her face kind of drops. Have you heard from him?
Little bit.
Yeah, we talked with them a little while ago.
Okay. And they're still outside of Baryn?
I
think
mean,
when we talked to
The
them
last we talked with them, but that
Yes.
I guess that was probably
week.
at least a week ago, maybe. Time's really strange in this world.
Yes, it is.
Because things are really bad there.
Well, I guess
Oh.
he did
say
scream,
he-
"Don't come to Baryn."
He said he left, though.
Did he?
He said he went to Baryn and
Zephyr, why are
That
you nodding
is-
your head?
Yeah, I will
Terrible.
say y'all have communicated with them since then, and he did tell you where he is now, and
Oh, good.
it's not there.
you know
Definitely not
can
there
probably-
anymore.
we can probably talk to him.
It's true.
Do you still have the mirror,
The mirror?
picture?
Yep. She whips it out.
Well, I'm just concerned
you-
because there's a lot of mage trouble there.
Oh, after the fall?
Yes, they've pretty much taken over the city.
Sorry, I need to.
Wait a minute. I'm looking at.
Hello?
Wait a minute.
Hello?
Oh,
Is
wait a
this-
minute.
Is this
Uh,
Silvra?
oh, that's not confusing at all. Here, I'm gonna send you a Zoom message.
Zephyr, this is Gimbal. You should really talk to each other, get to know each other. These are your
I
friends.
have a prop for this. Hold on.
Is that really the name of the city, Stephanie? Okay, all right. Wow. Okay.
Just name it some weird off-the-wall name.
Yes!
I had that name picked out before Eva, Andrew.
Yes!
So close.
I
All
love it.
right.
Well,
Hey, man.
is this thing on?
Maybe.
How's it going?
Can you hear us?
Lasha's looking really confused at this contraption.
Black and who?
I like
Oh, hi,
your
Lashta.
guys' reflection.
How's it going?
Hey. Hi.
Hi, Gimbal.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. He can hear you. It's like
I'll try not to reflect it too
Face-
much.
It's
Face
a
talk
cool magic
mirror.
item
Oh,
thing.
that's
Yeah.
super weird.
Right?
Y'all got kids yet?
What?
that's just the orphanage kids running around. It's fine.
It's guys.
been a week.
It's been like a week. I don't think gestation's that short, even for gnomes.
It'd be kind of weird if it was.
And gnomes would be like rabbits. We'd be everywhere.
Aren't they anyways?
Yeah.
Wow, that was
No,
something else. Rude. Yeah. Who's that?
It's Zephyr. He's your replacement in the group.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Wait, you say Zephyr?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That just sounds oddly similar to the place where I live. Zelfer.
I had the name picked out before Andrew.
What the heck?
No, we'll make it easy to remember. Easy to remember.
Oh man.
So it's like Zephyr, but with an L. You know, whatever.
Silver's losing it.
We were just confirming that you didn't live in Baryn. We couldn't remember where you said you lived last time, and
Oh, no,
Lashta
that
here
place-
was like super
that-
concerned.
That place went to shit, man.
What happened?
Oh, it just dangerous as hell. A lot of angry mages and magic and stuff. Not really the best place to set up a business. Let's put it that way. Especially with all the businesses getting, looted and whatnot.
Where did the mages come from? Do you know? You happen to know?
I don't know. Lots of people pissed off Lashta mages. They came from everywhere.
Were some of them any of the ones we saved?
I didn't go around interviewing all the mages.
Well, you should have.
Well,
Hold on now. He's got a life to live, okay?
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah,
he's trying to settle down.
Not my business anymore, as far as I'm
Okay.
concerned. I just want to be happy.
Aw.
I get that.
You know. Anyway, is that just you just calling it
Well, that's
just
cool.
see if I'm doing okay? Anything I can do to help? You need to blow anything up?
Not yet.
Not yet. We'll let you know.
Oh, okay.
I'll make sure you're all right and everything, and
Yeah.
seeing how you're doing. And well, I have some whiskey coffee. It's kind of shows the.
Why would you put that in
Just-
coffee?
It's the best of both worlds, okay?
Why would you dilute the whiskey? I don't. Okay.
That's a fair point.
I'll trust you.
That's a fair point.
All right. Well, anyway, Bessie, I'm gonna go now because I left Danelia alone in the shop, and we just had lots of customers walk in, so I need to get back there.
All right, have fun. Don't make anything blow
Bye.
Bye.
up. Bye, Bestie.
Well, that's like once a week. Anyway, bye.
Bye. She gets this really concerned look on her face for like a split second after he says that.
Wow, that was something.
I need more clarification.
So, like we
Yeah.
said, he's not there anymore. It's fine. But good to know about Baryn.
Right. Yeah.
It's been a while since I've done that voice.
The the after everything kind of crashed, the ones that either survived or they came to find their loved ones, just kind of, I mean, that's what I've heard. I haven't been back there myself. We've had to stay pretty close to the charity house.
Does that have anything to do with the plaque we saw when we arrived about magic being restricted?
Yeah, the mayor, Godfrey, with everything happening over in Baryn, he decided that was probably the best thing to do. And unfortunately, it means more kids are out in the street because they show mage potential. So, which is why, and you hear some more kids kind of like run by. You need to get to studying. Sorry! And they run back. Why we're a little more crowded than the last time you were here.
It seems so.
Did you ever get to meet the mayor the last time you were here? Oh yeah, didn't you go there? You went to his office, right?
Yes. But last time we were here, he's the real mayor, right? He's not the girl being fake being the mayor, right?
What do you mean?
No, that was me out of character. I'm sorry.
Girl being fake.
Right. Well, he's not the mayor that was mayor like in old Relesk, because there was that whole thing. He said, but he's the mayor, and you had like just all of your like mayoral like experience last time would have happened with him.
Got it. Yes, we met him last time.
Half orc for your memories. You remember a half orc man. Dressed very I guess very kind of like snazzy, but and he was a little the personality was similar to Elizabeth's portrayal of the last mayor, but probably a little bit more suave. Definitely more suave.
Yep.
And if you're into half orcs, he was definitely a looker.
Okay.
Tell me more.
Tell me more.
I think it's hitting me right now.
But
Not be able to do my zipper
yeah.
voice the rest of the time.
so, at that you hear a door open and close, and a couple of the kids scream, "Jocyn!" And
Dun, dun, dun.
She like stands up from the
Hey.
table. She still has a sticker on her forehead, by the way.
yeah, yeah. Hey kids, like you.
I need
you
more
don't-
clarification.
You don't see him yet. You just hear him kind of respond to the kids, and a couple of the kids kind of run up to where like the front door is, and they run back. And he kind of steps in, and you see him kind of like looking out, like he steps into the doorway, not looking in yet, and then he kind of looks in first at Lashta, and then like kind of noticing the rest of you. Unexpected? Gosh, dang it. I'm gonna kill this camera. Unexpected? Hi.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hello.
Hello.
Zephyr's the name.
He has a couple of like bags in his arms. Got the supplies you needed to Lashta. All right. Yeah, just put them in the kitchen there. And he kind of steps in, and he kind of lingers on you, Pyxrin. And then, kind of drops everything off in the kitchenette and steps back out. Well, leave you to your conversation here. Lashta nods. Could you make sure that the kids are in there, doing their studying and that sort of thing? I just probably a little bit longer.
Also, could you make sure my squirrel's not dead?
Oh, Pip, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
Thank you.
I will go and make sure of these things. Gives like a charming smile and steps around the corner out of sight. Yeah, so we've had to hire on a couple of new people, and we saw, Roger, I think, checked the door before. And then we have Maria. She should be probably upstairs doing a class.
Yeah, with all these more kids you're taking care of, are there things you need?
Always. I mean, we need more space. But and you hear a door open and a bunch of kids kind of exit a room across the hall, and some heavier footsteps kind of approach the kitchen door, and it's Adrian. Oh, hey.
Howdy.
Hello.
What a pleasure. And he puts a pencil behind his ear and kind of sits down in an empty chair. Well, what is, and looks at Lashta. We're here to see me and ask me a few questions about where I'm from. Oh. Okay. Everything okay with everyone? Do you need some water or some tea or snacks? We don't have, I can get you anything?
Good.
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. All right. We might have some biscuits left over from this morning. Okay.
Thank you, though.
Of course. I was
How
just...
have you been, Adrian?
Oh, it's been busy, my friend. It's been busy. But we're fuller than ever. I was just telling them about that, actually. They asked if there were any needs. Oh, well, we're looking for some more space. Jocyn's trying to help us find a bigger available unattended space in the city. But things are a little bit more stricter now, so it's difficult. But we're making do. Got some beds on the floor upstairs, you know, we just unroll the cots at nighttime and put them back up in the morning. It's cramped, but, you know, at least they have a roof over their heads and some food in their mouths. I guess one thing you know, if you're out traveling, and even though we're full, I would never close my doors to anyone. So if you ever see any kid in need a home, send them my way. Magic or not, really. But, so, just here for questions. I'll tell you what, I'll give you some space, unless you have any more questions for me. Alright. Well, it's good to see everyone.
Good to see you too.
Good to see you.
You just...
Actually, I do have a question for
Sure.
you, but it could wait. Do we have more? I don't want to be off topic.
You, missed your friend and his dad. They went off to go and visit another city together not too long ago. Stayed here for a bit, but surprised he didn't join back up with you.
Do you know where they might be right now?
Somewhere out, oh, actually, you know, I think that they were going, Lashta, somewhere cold, that's all I know. Somewhere down south.
That is...
Not on the continent, on another continent. I'm going to do some boat travel.
That is
Silver
interesting.
starts cackling.
I had a question about the lamp.
Sure.
It was Regina's. I'm sure she came here often, and it's still in my care.
Yeah.
Did you need it back? Did you?
Oh, Regina crafted that herself. It's not mine.
Oh. So you don't know how to properly use it at all? If we needed to get back here, if we were to come back here, would it come to an empty building? If you all move, I'm not sure how it works.
Well, I mean, we could take a look at it for sure. I have a little bit of identifying abilities, and I could try to help you out with that. Do you have it with you?
I do, yes.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to wait until after this conversation, we can take a look at it.
I don't want to take up much of your time.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Renerius, it's okay. Y'all have been good. Didn't tell anyone about well, we didn't have any soldiers knocking on our door, so, you know.
Good.
Happy to help. And he'll give, Lashta, a pat on the back. And stand up. I'll go and give you your space. Just see me when you're done, Renerius. And anyone else.
Of course. Thank you.
And he'll go into the room, and you'll hear him start talking to some kids. You have your... Were you going to say something, Pyxrin?
Yeah, I was trying to time it between kids fighting and not fighting.
It's an orphanage. I mean, come on.
What's with all the guards and stuff? Like,
Oh, it's...
I mean, there were guards here before, but
Right. It's because of the magic, prohibiting the magic in public. That's pretty much that.
Have they added any cases that they've been concerned about, or it's just precaution to avoid potential cases?
Precaution. It took people a bit to get used to it. I mean, they were cautious of magic before, but you still had the occasional person. Funnily enough, we had a street performer that kept trying to perform magic, and they had to finally kind of kick him out of the city, or I haven't seen them for a while. But just for precaution, and it's just how our mayor likes to run things, I guess. Rather be careful than... Sorry. unfortunately, sometimes, you know, you have some guards that kind of get a little into their role, and
Get a little enthusiastic.
yes.
I think one of our main reasons, maybe, I don't know, with our concern for Aurelius is we have a way to get to the tavern in Dem Glemte, but if, for whatever reason, Aurelius is compromised, do you know of a way? He was the one who helped us or transported us out of Dem Glemte. Is there another way out of Dem Glemte other than that? That if we went there and somehow we couldn't get in touch with, or we couldn't get to Aurelius, how would we get back here from there?
Well, you have the natural portals that Aurelius created, located in different areas. The one was, weren't you going to the Field of Sunflowers?
Yes,
When you left here?
That's how we got there, yes. Yes, but that was with Geneva.
Yes, well, the space is... There's a certain magic that goes around it, so Geneva just used a key to open a portal in that space. Geneva doesn't have to be the one to open it. It has to be someone who's from there.
Like Zephyr.
Dem Glemte? Home?
But he would need a key, right? I mean, I think we can get there. I think more of our concern is if things have gone awry there and we need to leave.
Where are you from, Zephyr? I mean, in the plane. Who are you?
Agent of Aurelius.
Oh, then he'll be able to open it. I mean, should. I mean, again, you're talking to... It's like talking to someone who lives on the outskirts of a city about the Emperor. Not saying that Aurelius is an Emperor. I'm just saying that I know very little about the inner workings of how everything goes on there. The natural portals in Dem Glemte are a little more open to where you can almost just know where to access them and be able to walk through. But I'm not sure that that's for people who aren't from the plane.
Okay.
Or at least haven't spent time there. But as far as getting there from here, I've never tried. I've mentioned the mage, that the mages from the last war escaped there. It seemed okay at first, from what I heard, from the stories I was told. But then things got a little bumpy. Again, these were mages who were pretty much pushed out of their plane by hatred, but also, you know, I mean, some cases they brought it upon themselves, but mostly because out of anger. So they brought that anger to Dem Glemte. The plane's big enough that, you know, there were areas you just stayed out of. But it came to a point to where even safer places, I mean, there were still safe places, but like my clan, and she'll look at Gerbil, We lived in a pretty safe place on the plane. But then things started going wrong. Weird creatures started to appear that we had never seen before. People were becoming sick. And so we escaped and came out of the portal at the sunflower field. A portion of us, my family, escaped to the Abyss Empire. I just didn't know where we'd be safe, so some weren't so lucky.
I'm quite sorry to hear.
It's in the past, but thank you. So you can see why I have a soft spot for mage children needing home. Do you need any help?
I think you've helped us greatly. Is there more help you're willing to give?
Depends on what you're asking. It sounds like things are bad, and it sounds like they've gotten worse. I don't know what I can do, but I hate to hear about it.
I would hate to take you away from the children in any capacity.
I probably am needed here. But if you decide that there's something that I can help with regarding Dem Glemte, then I will try.
You said you knew Mags was from Dem Glemte.
Yeah.
Know where she comes from, or why she would come here? Recognize her.
I don't know why she would come here now. It's kind of hard when you're from that plane to miss people from that plane. You can kind of... And she kind of looks at Zephyr. It's almost like a sparkle, I guess is the rudimentary term to put it.
It's a sparkle.
Have seen wolves of creatures of her kind. Her, I guess it's a her, right?
Right.
But I don't know if there's a specific place that they populate up there. And chances are, if things are bad, they might have migrated from wherever I thought they were to some new area. They're good beings.
So we've seen.
Quick question out of character, Steph.
Yes.
Uh,
I think Zach first up again.
oh, there he goes. He's in a trance again.
Yeah.
If you're in danger, blink twice. No.
I was like, wow, he looks really serious. But yeah.
It's a good freeze frame for
It's a good freeze frame. Very, very serious. Very kind of like, well.
Well, the token I have for the transportation circle from Erebus, is that the one that had the portrait on the reverse side? Or is that another thing that I'm thinking about?
Yeah, that's the one that had her on the other side, yes. That had the portraits on the other side of the council women. That included Lashta.
Okay. So should I guess?
The best is that it drops right when you're trying to communicate something to me.
It really does. It really does. She was just saying that they were good beasts. But then
She seems that way.
That's it. Yeah. Okay.
So actually, yes. So Tegan will pull the token out and slide it over that side up. And say, we may be doing some things for Erebus Empire. We're sort of at a crossroads now. We're not sure if we're going to be going to Dem Glemte or we may have business in Loosedale, but eventually we may end up back in the Erebus Empire for one reason or the other. It doesn't seem like you departed on the best of terms. Anything we should know that should concern us with the Erebus Empire and the Council? And if I'm prying, just say so. I don't want to.
No, they're fine. They weren't the problem.
Okay.
You can trust them. And make a perception check, Tegan.
Certainly.
Since you're kind of focused on this coin and on Lashta right now.
8 plus, what's the perception? 5, 13.
Okay. You notice, looking at her face, that she's kind of looking at the coin almost regretfully. A look of regret kind of passes over her face before she kind of sucks it back up.
You're doing good things here. If we get back there, any message I should take back to them?
You can tell them I'm happy.
Okay.
Insight check.
Oh, sure. Oh, no. I have a hole in my Christmas socks.
Oh, no. Well, that's not... Well, that probably not.
Sorry, Lush.
24.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's telling the truth. She's happy. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Definitely, like, more she's holding inside than what she's saying, but yeah, she's happy.
Fair enough.
Is there anything else that I can... I think Gerbil has a sending stone to me.
Good to know.
You mean
Rude.
I think.
you didn't have to come here?
If not, I will say that he does. But yeah. What was that, Rhaenyra?
I said, you mean we didn't have to come here?
We could have communicated in
he
20
didn't
word
remember
comments.
that? Oh, he's going to get
He
it.
might not. He might not have a sending stone. Maybe I just thought that he had a sending stone. In fact, we'll fix this, retcon that, and she will give me 1 second, and she'll kind of get up and leave the room, and come back with a set of sending stones. Here, you can use this to reach me if you need to. Call me, peek me if you want to reach me.
Who's taking that?
I would
Is it
assume
Wren?
gerbil.
Yeah, we'll say the gerbil takes the sending stone. And
I mean, I wanted to grab it, but I feel like
right, yeah.
I'd let him have it.
Let him have this one.
Yeah.
So are y'all going there?
I mean, we need at least 2 more hours to discuss what our next step is. So
Yeah, that'll be. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Any more
but
clarification?
it's an option. It's an option.
Okay.
I think I think we intend to go to Dem Glemte. It seems like Aurelius needs our help.
But it seems you also would say that this library you know of is not something to take on without just flippantly.
Again, it's like taking on an entire, like taking on an emperor or taking on a king. You're looking at years and years of pent-up power and anger. Yeah, we used to have rogue spirits in Dem Glemte that the stories that I heard, the wives' tales were that they were the angry souls of the lost mages.
Shiga.
She doesn't know that term.
Shiga.
Shiga. You said that word before. What is Shiga?
It's pretty much what you just described,
Shiga.
according to our understanding.
What do you know? So what do you understand about it?
Zephyr will launch into a soliloquy, and
What?
that's a patchwork
Okay.
of voices
Sure.
of all conversations that they've had.
A little
around
confusing, but
Shiga.
okay. All
yeah,
right.
just kind of weaving together.
Oh, and she rolled a
general-
5 for intelligence. Okay, cool.
the general thread of these bad evil spirits things that she said that they were, and they influence people on this plane, and they're doing bad stuff here.
Are y'all
and
trying
poison,
to, or the rest of you trying to
and-
like fill in gaps that he's leaving? Okay, all right, okay.
The real question is we've been role playing for so long. Why are you not role playing this out? Okay.
I can't do that many. I can't
Yeah,
replicate how this would go.
Go back through all of your notes, Andrew, and pull
Right,
out all
it's
of
just
those.
like- How? I just.
I would
I could
probably
do
fill
it.
in any gaps he is struggling to communicate to her or anything like that.
Okay. Oh. Yeah. Those are. That's unfortunate. If that's. So you're saying that those have gotten out to here?
Then there are those here that are helping them.
And it's possible who we've been working for to bring them down is the Shiga themselves. Isn't that? It's the library. It's
no,
the
it's
library.
the library.
No.
No, I'm
We're
laughing
not
at
working
the,
for the library.
I'm
We're working
laughing
for
at the-
Aurelius.
I know we're working for Aurelius, but
dramatization.
Aurelius is a under the umbrella company of the library.
Right,
Okay.
but he didn't know that He
Right.
thought he was above them.
Right.
Yeah, you did find
There's
that
been
out.
Okay, fair.
usurping
Okay.
of power.
I got you.
Job description was always fighting the Shiga.
That's,
Well, yeah, I know that, but
Oh. That would explain... I mean, it could possibly explain the angry... why the mages are so angry now. I mean... Sure, things are happening with them, but... It could affect them. I know it affected mages that came in contact with them when I was in Dem Glemte, but it was very rare that we saw any, and when we did, it was not good.
Did you say? Did she say infected or affected?
Oof, I don't even know what I just said. Affected, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. If that's the case, there's going to come a point where you're going to need more help. And
Eventually.
I will help.
Thank you.
Yeah. She seems very distracted right now.
one last clarifying
Hang in
question.
there.
The library in Dem Glemte, when you left, things were getting a little bit more crazy and unsafe. Does the library, you describe them as a king or an empire or a ruler, do they rule over Dem Glemte, or are they just a force trying to gain power in Dem Glemte?
They keep everything in Dem Glemte. They... Have you ever been to a library here in this plane?
Library?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Imagine if all of the lore of this plane, or all of the lore and all of the history and all of the creatures and magic and people and even the security of a plane was kept in one place.
Negative side effects.
That's what the library is. It's the person holding the controls. It's not something to take lightly.
I think we're at a high enough level.
I mean, if it doesn't destroy... I mean, getting onto this plane is a problem. And one that will end very badly if kept unchecked. If you're at all magic users, I would be careful.
How do you mean?
Well, up in Dem Glemte, I was hunting with some friends. I wasn't very old. These kids were a little bit older than me, but my brother was there, and one of these friends was a very gifted magic user, and we came across a spirit. It wasn't completely unsurprising. In Dem Glemte, you have to understand that it's a special place. Things are a lot more certain on this plane than they are there. And so we came across one of these, and at first we thought it was friendly, just something of the environment, but it started focusing on our friend and eventually disappeared. And then our friend started attacking us. And almost killed my brother. Didn't though. Injured a couple of us others, and we didn't have a cure. I'm not saying that there's not a fix, but even after we convinced him to stop attacking, he still was convinced that he eventually ran away, saying that he needed more experience, he needed to gain more power or become stronger. He was obsessed with it. So that's what I'm saying. Rhaenyra, I know that you're a magic user. You should be careful.
I will heed your warning.
I wish I had some way to tell you how to help it or to ward it off, but I don't have knowledge. We left. It wasn't too long after that things started getting bad. And we came here. So, I mean, sounds like it's maybe been getting slowly bad for a while. Maybe just Aurelius was kept in the dark.
Thank you for your insight and wisdom into this for us.
Glad I could help. She'll look at you, Zephyr. Good luck. Do you have family there?
Yes.
Well, I hope you can save them. Well, I probably should get back to the kids. I will let Adrian know. She'll get you an area that you're done. As she starts to get up, Gerbil will, and Lashta kind of starts exiting out into the hall. Gerbil will actually get up and go after her, or exit out of the room as well. He'll excuse himself, but just kind of grumble something and head out.
It's a sparkle.
So yeah. A couple minutes later, Adrian will come in. Done with the meeting. Let me make some tea. He kind of looks at all your faces and like, let me make you some tea or something, and give me 1 second, Rhaenyra. And he'll spend the next couple of minutes like making some like a calming blend of tea to give to all of you. Bring the cups out. He'll also bring out some biscuits and like some pastries, but you can tell that they're like a day or two old. Like, they're definitely not fresh. All right. Taking a look at that lamp?
Yeah, of course, yes. And I hand it over.
All right. He kind of takes it gingerly, and so what did it do? I've never really seen Regina use it. She would usually use it to get here and then leave on her own. How did you use it?
It sort of it used it itself, as weird as that is.
Okay.
It started glowing bright hot, and I grabbed it, but it didn't burn me, and then a portal opened. So
It also
very
happened
confused.
while we were like in danger, if that makes a difference.
Oh, well, Regina just used it to get here from her apartment, from what I knew, so I would hope she wasn't in danger every time she used it to get here. So I don't think that that's a factor.
You never know that.
I mean, I guess I don't. And you'll see him kind of like, his face will kind of fall for a moment, like thinking about Regina. And yeah, I guess I didn't. All right. I kind of roll up his sleeves. Kind of touch it a bit and, give me 1 second, and he's going to exit out and with the lamp, and come back a couple minutes later. Yeah, sits it down on the table. It's a bit of an enigma. So from what I can tell, it's path to this building. So say if we move, yes, you would end up in this building. Here on this floor, well, actually on the second floor, in the same room. That's the room that she always transported to using the lantern. There's a couple of other places on here. Well, one is Fairweather, of course, because that's where she would come from and would have to go back home to. The other... Stephanie, pull up a map here. The other is actually the Wyvern Empire.
That is curious.
Yes, it is. If it's paths anyplace else, I couldn't find it. Those are the three that were the most evident to me. I mean, obviously this one, I knew about that, but I wasn't even sure it was path to Fairweather because, you know, as I said, she usually, you know, would stop by Baryn on her way back, so she would always take horse, but I guess just in case. But yeah, you could use this to get over to the Wyvern Empire if you really wanted to. Pretty good king there, so should be fine. Although they do have the bugbear army that came through north of that, so I think that they're off fighting with that for now. But
John?
I'm sorry. There's a king there.
yeah, and the Riverland
John?
Empire. No, it's not John.
Talking about Bornhut?
No, the Riverland Empire. That's what I said, Tegan. King Council Tedric rules that area.
Okay.
Maybe we can pay him a visit someday.
Sure. Like I said, they're pretty busy. You know, I mean, I assume you've heard of the Bugbear Army that came through up north of Waddle.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for helping me with this lamp. I hope you don't mind our intrusion from time
No.
to time.
Absolutely. Anytime. Anytime. You're friends of the charity house, so you're welcome here. At this time, Dripple will come back and kind of like awkwardly sit back down. You're free to stay if you need to. We don't really have any room for beds tonight, but you know, if you go out into the city, just, you know, be wary of the magic using.
We certainly will.
Are you staying for any meals or heading out now? He starts kind of getting up and...
Good night. See you in the morning.
It's like noon.
Is the bird okay? You
It's
all
a
right?
Kenku, but
Was the tea too relaxing for you? Has that effect
I think
sometimes?
it was maybe the coffee whiskey.
Oh. You had coffee whiskey. He kind of like arcs an eyebrow at you, Pyxrin. Oh. Y'all are a missed presence. I'm glad to have you stop in.
We are too.
Well. And I would say, I know I didn't say it, Rem, but Jocyn would have came back with Pip by now, of course, and given it. Yeah,
Perfect.
I mean, probably like 5 minutes after he left
No
the
worries.
room earlier. All right. Well, I need to go and attend to a class, attend to some kids. So make yourselves at home if you need to,
Thank you.
and just, you know, give me a bye before you head out. And he exits the kitchen. You see a couple kids kind of run after him down the hall and into the main room that you would assume.
For reference, how long have we been talking?
6 years.
Oh,
about an hour and a
it's
half.
probably been about probably about an hour and a half in game time too. In fact, with that, since it's 11:48 p.m. Eastern time now, we'll go ahead and take our bio break, and then we'll come back and y'all can discuss what you need to. So for those watching, we take an 8 to 10 minute bio break. So stay tuned. We will BRB, and yeah, see you soon. All right. Mics are hot. Hot mic. Hot mic.
Oh, everyone's muted. I thought my audio wasn't working or something.
I'm just sleepy.
Just no one's talking to you, Joe. I'm sorry.
Barb, of course.
Man. Alright. We will get back. If I don't choke on chickpeas again. We get back into it in 3, 2, 1. All right, and we're back. Wow. Nice. Welcome back. Thank you for, staying there and appreciated. Thank you, chat, for hanging out with us so far. Yeah, so you're left alone at the table, which is I believe you've been at this table chatting before, by yourself. So very familiar circumstance to most of you, except for Zephyr. Yeah.
So what do you know?
I was going to ask the same thing.
Great minds. Great minds.
I think you're muted, Andrew, if you said anything.
I think a note would suffice.
Okay.
Well, we feel Aurelius is in danger. Do we feel he's in danger or needs rescuing still?
Why not take care of Sheik at the source?
Well, yeah, but she just said don't take them lightly. It's not like we can just go at the library right now. Or we can, in worst case scenario, we die.
Sounds like a plan.
I don't want to die.
Not a pleasant thing to do.
Little side effects.
Big side effects.
I'm here to help if you need it.
Hey, we get a raid.
Oh, thanks for the raid. We're discussing plans.
It's very exciting.
Very exciting.
Getting ready to spin a bottle.
Yeah, we don't talk about spin the bottle here.
Oh, no.
God.
Too soon. Too soon.
Always.
I mean, it seems like the next obvious step is to go there and to look into this. Unless we're...
I say we go there.
Yeah.
Eat.
All right, bring out the orb.
Tiedrick?
Oh, Tiedrick, Schmiedrick. We'll just...
We should say goodbye though.
Bye.
I think a note
Bye.
would suffice.
Bye.
You're not
Wait a minute.
not going to see Cullem anymore, I guess.
Pyxrin's
Oh, wait,
gonna
was that the
stand
plan
up.
last?
Wait, going to see who?
Cullem Krenthora, the wizard that lives south of Lysadore.
Oh God.
Wasn't Relesk on the way?
He was
Is
in
that
the
why
mountains.
No.
south of Lysadore.
Wow.
The Queen Council Asada sent you to Relesk because it was the closest place that she knew to get you to Lysadore and to pass through to try and find Cullem Krenthora.
Yeah, that was totally what we were going to do.
I'm not saying that you have to. I'm just saying that that
Were
was
we on the way of doing
that was
though?
something that you were discussing.
Follow me.
You know what?
We
German
established at the beginning of this
so
episode,
We're
I
so
forgot everything we
horrible.
were
You
doing.
can
So it's
abs-
totally fine.
Listen, you can absolutely do whatever you want to. I'm just giving you a fresh reminder.
He dead. Is genocide
How's
spelled
Gerbil
with
look?
J?
Check in with German.
Roll
How
a
you
new
looking,
character
buddy?
next week.
I mean, roll a perception check, Tegan.
Is he in the house? Is Tina just going to see him?
Well, no, Gerbil's beside. Gerbil's there at the table with you.
Oh, he's checking Gerbil.
yeah.
Got it.
I thought Gerbil left to go
Oh,
chat.
he came
Oh, he
back.
came
He came
back.
back. Yeah.
Okay.
Suddenly,
Came
it
back
is,
limping and coughing and almost dead.
suddenly it is Tegan Welby, MD. I rolled a nat 20.
Wow.
25.
I mean, it's kind of something that you've noticed since all of that started happening with him, is that he seems, there are times where like he seems a little pained, like, and he'll hold his side. And I mean, it's nothing like it was before, and before he was treated by the healer back in the Empire. But there are moments.
Taking your meds, buddy? Just keeping up with your potion?
Oh, well, I said the meds wouldn't really help.
Take your meds.
My Recrosia.
I mean, I only have so much, and it was for if things got bad. Otherwise, this is going to be here forever. At least with the healing that, they could do there.
Well, luckily, we're probably going to the guy that can help you soon, and that will be great. Assuming we don't change our mind.
On a whim.
Right.
We're great friends, guys. We're great friends. It's great. Pyxrin's gonna stand up and walk away and like try to look for Jocyn.
Okay, all right. Make a...
Before everyone teleports to a different place.
It's just like, hold up, wait a minute, guys.
Comes back to an empty door.
Make an investigation check, Pyxrin.
Oh, hell. We hiding.
14.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you look down on the lower level and kind of glance around there in that main kind of sitting room on the lower level and don't see him. So you go up the steps, and as soon as you start kind of going up that kind of wide staircase, you hear his familiar voice. You would assume talking to one of the kids, kind of telling a story, finishing it up. And a couple of the kids run out of the room, actually, where you spent so much time with him before when he was recovering. A couple of kids run out of there, and you hear him kind of like chuckle as they left, but he's still in the room. So if you go up to the door, you would see him kind of sitting there on one of the couches in the room, kind of looking through a book and kind of like looking through the pages.
Gonna take off her pack and like hold it in her hands and like kind of scurry and like just plop down next to him. Hi.
Oh, hey. How are you doing?
I've been better. Oh, I do have these pastry things and cakes. I got look, one extra of each for you.
Oh.
And she'll start like rummaging through her bag and like taking
Thank you.
them both out.
Thank
There you
you.
go.
That's definitely will remind me of you. Thank you.
How have you been? You seem to be pretty good with those kids.
Yeah. You seem to be good with children.
Make some
He'll chuckle, and you can definitely see like a light in his eyes, and he's I was looking for a place here, and Adrian, things started getting a little bit worse, not too long after y'all left, and with the mage's stuff back in Baryn, and I thought, hey, why not offer to help? It's kind of my thing, teaching. Of course, it was I was dealing with spoiled brat of young adults back at the college, but this is actually a lot more pleasant. So, plus
I mean, there's no difference?
there's plenty of difference. I just enjoy this more. So what has adventuring done?
Screw a lot of things up.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Are you okay?
Well,
You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I'm just curious is all. Can't say I haven't thought about you.
kind of shakes, she thinks for a little bit and then just kind of shakes her head and
Are you safe?
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
A lot of bad things are happening in the world, and
Yes.
just kind of glad that you're safe here for the most part, anyway. Oh, if you see any drow that are, she kind of describes the drow that they had met in the cave and everything, and then she describes her ex-fiance. You might want to run. They're having the same kind of issue as the bugbears did a little bit, but it's kind of complicated. Have you found yourself anybody yet?
In the last week?
No. No, I haven't.
She doesn't care. She's just like...
I haven't really had the time, so... Have you?
Been too busy. Try not to... die? It's so awkward right now.
Please don't die. Please try your best. Would hate not to not be able to see you again. Ever.
I knew you can't resist my charm.
No. Couldn't then, I can't now.
Well, I think we're about to leave again.
So soon. Well, not surprising.
Well-
Y'all are always on the go.
Well, I mean, I don't really want to right now.
Right.
Yeah, good start. Go, bestie.
You left that door wide open.
I'm not going to repeat what just went in my head, but that's, yep.
Yeah.
Still got that mage hand.
Are you, in fact? Yes. And you'll kind of scoot a bit closer to you, Pyxrin.
Kind of tightens her grip on her bag.
I'm getting a little, I don't know, maybe I'm getting my signals crossed, but Adrian's office is empty.
Drops her bag on the floor and just grabs it.
Okay, all right. So you and Jocyn
We're about to leave, man.
run into
We're about to
Adrian's
leave.
office
Enjoy.
and
The
close
world
the
ends
door.
tomorrow. You don't know. You gotta take your shit while you can, man.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You close the door and lock it and have a good time.
Clears the desk.
Yeah, clears the desk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Classic.
Yep. There we go. All right. Anyone else want to get something accomplished while Pyxrin's getting something accomplished?
Wow. Yeah. Nope.
Suddenly Pyxrin is gone. Like, you don't see her. She kind of darted out of the room pretty quickly. You can hear the sound of children kind of in the next room talking, and Adrian getting them into a classroom, and Lashta talking to them. All right. So nothing else with y'all?
Do you think she's okay? She's been gone.
No, I can't say I do.
Lashta will kind of peek her head into the kitchen.
Our room or their room?
The kitchen. Lashta will. Can I join? No.
Casually pick the lock, peek in. Yeah. Casual, super cash.
She peeks into the kitchen or into the where y'all are sitting at the table.
I mean, if y'all wanted to. I'll mute myself now.
Yeah, and she hands since you were the one that was mostly talking, Wren, she'll hand you kind of a rolled up piece of paper. I made some notes on which Stephanie will get to you this week.
Yes.
I made some notes on some things that I remember. I mean, again, it's a little uncertain, there, but some of the things should be there, I would say. So hopefully that helps.
Thank you. I stick it in the bag next to my map of Dem Glemte.
Right. Yes. Stephanie map. You have a map with markings on it.
Yep.
So, where are you off to next? Did you decide? Are you going there or?
No, there's a man near Relesk. I don't remember. That is going to help Gerbil, who's needing some help. You could probably tell he's kind of under the weather.
Yeah. Where is that at?
It's wherever it is that I'm supposed to know, but I don't actually know it.
South of Lysadore.
Thank you.
Oh, do you have horses?
No. Could we get horses?
Well, of course we don't have any. We don't have any need for them, but you can probably rent or buy some down at the stables at the entrance to the city. I mean, you could also walk. I mean, it is about a 3-day horse ride, though.
That's fine.
So you'd be looking at
A long walk.
triple that for a walk. Yeah, take a week to get there, probably. Okay. I'll just keep in contact if you need anything.
Thank you.
Of course. Where did your friend go? Pyxrin. Tiefling.
Yep. We're not quite sure.
Okay.
Seems to be
Have
working.
you
Would she
seen
know?
her anywhere?
Okay, yeah. Well, Jocyn's upstairs.
Oh.
She kind of, you see a little smirk on her face. Like, she's probably kind of figured out something, you know.
Hey, they can meet you outside.
Alright, well. Good trip to you. And she'll kind of awkwardly kind of step out of the room. And, Yeah, unless we don't have anything else, we'll fast forward to how long, Pyxrin? How long you
That's
gonna
a
be
rather
at
personal
this?
question.
3 hours, right? I mean,
Is this like 15
Adrian's sitting there
minutes?
knocking on the door.
Is it a half hour?
We'll do a good half hour.
Okay, all right. So half hour later,
Really get some frustrations out.
Pyxrin stumbles out with Jocyn. You know, both kind of readjusting themselves. Jocyn kind of steps back
Slightly
in
bruised.
and tries to like rearrange, like put things back on the desk and straighten everything up, and you know, really hastily before coming back out and like, you know, kind of like quickly shutting the door and then like, you know, quietly trying to turn the handle to, you know, so it wouldn't make a huge noise. And
She'll go grab her pet.
Yep.
This might be walking a little funny.
Yep. He'll walk down, but, you know, kind of go with you down the steps and kind of give you a wink and a smile before he, well, if you're ever back in town. And go back to the kids.
Just made his day.
Parenting 101.
Parenting 101. Yep. So the group of you are sitting at the table, and Pyxrin kind of, you know, walks into the room.
Where have you been?
Yeah. Go for a walk.
Yep.
Good. Good. Good to get a little exercise now and then.
Yep. I'm good. It's kind of just like goes, I'm okay. I'm good.
Yep.
We're leaving now?
Yeah,
She sits
Lashta's-
back down slowly back in her chair.
Pyxrin, as you like sit down, you see like Jocyn like pass the doorway eating one of the pastries that you brought him, and he kind of gives you another wink as he passes through, and yeah, you hear a door close. Yeah.
She's like, I'm dead.
Yeah. So y'all leaving now? Leaving the charity house? Going out the door, out into the city?
I
What
don't
you
know, I think
doing?
we need some more meetings about it.
Okay,
we
all
should
right. You
probably-
have the table.
No, should we get some
I
horses?
think we should do a
with
long
head?
rest first.
There are inns in the city. There are places to stay.
No, just right here on the table. Everyone heads
I
down.
mean, in all honesty, it's probably like 5 o'clock now.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, Silver took like
hungry.
3
It
hours.
took a half
That's
hour.
true. That's true.
I'm
half hour.
hungry. Can we get some food?
Gimbaldo's a great restaurant.
Well, let's go find some food then.
Oh God, turn. Okay. Yep.
Well,
Pulling up.
Your words were, we can do anything we want.
I know. I know.
Dun-dun.
I'm just pulling up the Relesk map, my friend. That's all I'm doing.
I believe
That's
there
all
was
I'm
like a
doing.
cafe thing.
Oh yeah, like this, like you know, I mean, and as I said, everything's pretty much the same. For your knowledge as players, the smokehouses are gone that were once there. But you do notice more like smoking and drinking around the city. Not like a ton, not like it's like booze fest, you know, but not like the entire city's a tavern. But you do notice it out and about when before you didn't. And I'm telling you that as players. Of course, as characters, you're not gonna remember that really. Yeah. So you have let's see here. Yeah, you have the auction house, which is the I think that's the
higher.
Yeah, the auction house was tavern, and it also has an auction room.
Or Gimbal Genelia went.
Yes, correct. You also have the Grand Imperial Hotel, which is the fancy hotel, had a place to eat. That was just part of the hotel. You also had a gin place, and then also the back room, which I believe was like a lower class tavern.
The Bristol
place to
Inn.
eat. Yes, correct. Do I have that information somewhere? Let's see here. Ask text. Yeah. So where are you wanting to go and eat? Are you wanting to go to the pricey place? You also have coffee places, but that's not going to have any food for you.
Coffee,
back-
not food?
The back room is like the kind of the lower the the normal, I guess, tavern bar place to get food. So you want to go there or to the
How
auction
about we go
house?
there? How do you guys
Let's
feel
go
about
to
that?
the back room because
Okay.
We still don't know
Too
if
soon.
Too soon.
we still don't know if we're wanted criminals in this town.
Sure. I mean, okay, so we'll say that you've exited the charity house. You're out into the city. The sun is setting. It's casting a very kind of like warm glow on the metallic structures and like the sectioned off portions of the city with those tall metallic like gates. So if everyone want to make, if you're looking out for wanted posters, you can make a perception check.
100%. 22.
Nah,
Okay.
Zephyr wouldn't be looking.
12 plus 5, 17.
Oh, what are we rolling? Sorry. I was talking to
If
you.
Well,
you're
I'm just looking for wanted posters as we go, kind of thing.
yeah, Wren's
Oh,
concerned
Silver's not
that
going to
you're
really
still
care about
wanted.
that at the moment. She's kind
So, mhm.
19.
of in a
Yep.
state.
Yep. Okay, so Rhaenyra and Wren, you as you're walking to
Back room.
the back room, sorry.
There we go.
I made the text really small, so I'm like leaning in to read my own text on my own map. As you're heading your way to the back room, everyone else is kind of like looking around the city and talking amongst themselves. Pyxrin looks like she's kind of just walking on a cloud. You notice you notice a guard by a board that has some, looks like papers kind of posted up on it, who is looks like maybe removing something from it.
But I can't see what he's removing.
You can go closer if you want to. I mean, I'm assuming that right now you're probably about 20 feet from the guard and the board.
And he's like the direction we're walking, or is he like
You're
hard,
walking.
different direction?
He's off to the right, and you're kind of walking down the path. He's kind of off a smaller path, kind of going towards because you're walking past that center tower. So it's kind of on one of the walls on the center tower where people can see it. So there's a smaller path there. So he's kind of like on a separate path, but about 20 feet away, facing away from like the path that you're walking on.
I'm gonna veer towards him.
Okay.
And try and see what he's.
Are you trying to do this
taking
stealthily?
down without being noticed.
Make a stealth check for me.
Happily. 23.
Okay.
Nice.
You are able to. He doesn't see, or they don't seem to notice. Just continuing to take this off. You don't notice exactly what he's taking off because it's kind of right in front of him, but you do notice some other papers that he has kind of crooked into his arm, and that looks. Who does that look like? Looks a little like Pyxrin.
Yeah. And those are in his coat.
Those are in like the crook of his arm. And he, as you pass, you
Okay.
see him take the one that he took down and add it to that stack that's under his arm.
Okay.
And the ones under his arm, I would say with that sort of with the high perception check that you would notice are a little like wrinkled and used, not like fresh paper.
Yep. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll shift back to the group.
Okay. All right. So, y'all continue.
I guess
your
on the
way.
board, I'm assuming I would have seen if there were like a newer version of a wanted poster for Pyxrin.
No, you didn't see any.
Okay.
You didn't see any, and you saw a one wanted poster there, but it wasn't anyone that you recognized.
Who was it for?
It was for someone with the last name Geraldine.
I'll find you, Geraldine.
It's the last thing I do.
Turn you in.
Yeah.
Guys, I think we need to go looking for Geraldine.
Of course
Stop
you do.
everything.
Of course you do. Oh man. Wow.
Gotta get that Geraldine and Clyde.
Oh man. Oh, see what I have to deal with. All right. So, yeah, y'all head to the back room. It is. Let's see. I just had that pulled up on where it was located in the town. That's 14. So it's by. Okay, so it's actually right across the street from the Bristol Inn. So familiar part of town because you remember staying at the Bristol Inn still. So yeah, head over there. It's just a very smallish tavern bar, but not. I mean, I guess not too small, but yeah. It is pretty packed, but you are able to find a table like off in the corner.
Sorry, one question I just thought of.
Yes.
The wanted poster I saw crumpled up, was it for Pyxrin in her form without a ring or with a ring?
No, with her ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good check.
Yeah, so y'all all sit down at the table inside?
Yeah.
Guess so.
Okay. All right.
Eat that.
Human male kind of comes up to you, dressed very casually. So what can I get you? We have some stew. We have, of course, ale, a few other things. Also, we have, your typical meat with some veggies. That's our special for this evening. And then we also have like a pot pie.
Special.
I'll also take the special, please.
Special.
Okay. All right.
Can I get a pot pie with an ale?
Oh, sure. Yes. Yeah.
I'll have a pot pie.
Pot pie. Got it. Kind of gives you a second
Pot-
look, Rhaenyra.
Pot pie.
Yeah. It is just made in one pot. But we definitely get that for you.
Nefer's very serious and
Mhm.
definitely trying to correct the waiter.
Nice. And he'll kind of give you a look, Zephyr. Got it. So do we all want ales? 6 ales? 7, I mean?
I'll
6.
have a water, please.
Water as well, please.
Okay. All right. So 2 waters, 3 ales.
Could I get a bowl of water as well?
Why?
For my
do you-
wolf, please.
Oh, great. Just make sure you keep him, at your feet. No wandering around.
It's
It's a
Okay.
fur, but okay.
Great. Kind of like eyes the wolf a little bit and then starts writing everything down. Okay. All right. I'll be right back out. Heads back. It's maybe about probably about 10-15 minutes, and he comes back out with the food. Water and ales come a little bit sooner, of course. And total, gosh, probably 5 copper for each of you.
Fair.
All right. If you need anything else, I'll be behind the bar. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Gives another eye
Thank
at the
you.
dog and at the wolf and heads back.
They must not like dogs and wolves.
And you would notice that inside, even inside the tavern, you would see the back room. You would see another sign about magic using and that it's prohibited in public places.
No pets.
No, there wasn't anything that said no pets. No.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. anything y'all want to discuss?
Give all of my meat to Mags and I go
Okay.
to bed.
All right.
I just say I'm kind of surprised that that place is still running even after all this. No magic using. Just like start stuffing her face with the pot pie.
They're very good at keeping a secret.
Ate all my
Good
food.
thing they want to move.
Yeah.
Everyone roll. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Keep going. If you got something to talk about, please go.
I'm not quite sure what to do with myself with this no magic using person business.
Just relax. Don't.
Not like you're gonna have a fireball come out of your butt.
I hope I never see that day.
Don't eat really hot peppers.
Yeah, I mean the chilies. You gotta watch the chilies.
Well, that wouldn't cause a.
Wait, does that actually happen to mages? If you ate too much chili, it actually turns into a fireball? Never mind.
I would hope not.
Never know though.
I don't want to know. Maybe I do.
For
No.
research, we should probably make
Yeah,
this
we
happen.
Science.
for the betterment of science community, I think we should. Yeah.
For
Yeah.
Can be the guinea pig, Rainier.
I no. I do not volunteer.
While we're eating, I'll probably try to tell Pyxrin that I saw a guard taking down a wanted poster for you, but it was for you in your tiefling form. Just so you know.
What did I do?
I don't know.
You said taking it down?
It looked like he was taking one down and he stuck it with a pile that was under, like in the crook of his arm, and that was where the one for her was.
It's odd that they would be taking it down.
What direction was he going?
Do I have to remind you that like y'all just came from the Erebus Empire where Osbergen guards were coming after you for the downfall of Baryn?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And then the Queen
And then
Council
And
said
you
that
also
she was,
pulled a heist here.
the Queen Council said that she would also like scrub your records. Like not scrub your records, but she would make sure the bounty was done as far as Baryn's concerned.
I just.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't remember
bitches.
that bit, but cool.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
do
I just
Wow.
assumed it
Well,
was
you
just
never
the.
know.
I just assumed we were clear.
I
we were
knew
clean in the Erebus
of
Empire.
that. Yeah, I knew of that, but I assumed I know Pyxrin's had other people looking for her and things like that, so I was just telling her.
She said that
in case she
like
did do a
the
crime
Queen
here.
Council said that like watch out for people that might not be like who might not care that the bounty's been taken off or that people aren't looking, you know. But
Right.
As
Should
far
we
as-
be out eating?
as far as the Osbergen soldiers go,
I'm hungry.
she was like, as far as like Osbergen official, she said that she would make sure that the bounty was taken off and the guards left. Like they didn't take you with them. So
Oh.
well
Okay.
Well,
Go
I
rob
mean,
a
it's
bank.
not like we have the greatest experience with the mayor here
Yeah.
either.
It's a great
So
point. It's a great
I
point.
mean,
But he's not mayor anymore.
you don't remember that, sir.
Yeah, I know that, but
damn it, this is so.
You still tried to rob the mayor, no matter who the mayor
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, you
Okay.
did.
We won't remember that shit.
Everyone make perception checks for me, please.
10.
You see the mayor.
Not in this place.
Standing
Not in
right
this place.
beside your table.
Not in this place.
I
10.
got a 12.
Do we feel
I
like
am not
Geraldine would have
rolling
an
well
eye patch?
tonight.
Because I feel like he has an eye patch.
Nice. Well
we see
done.
we see Geraldine.
23.
What did you roll, Rhaenyra?
16.
Okay, so Rhaenyra. Well, okay. Actually, it wouldn't matter for Zephyr. So Rhaenyra and Pyxrin, you see a familiar face walk into the back room. Goes up to the bar. Oh wait, did all of you see her? Did you? I don't remember.
I have no.
You're the DM. It's your call.
I know it's my
Bitch,
call.
is
I know.
it?
We'll say you both recognize her. Female, long, kind of like a dusty, dirty blonde hair, tan skin, and she kind of looks over, not really
no.
at your table, but off to the side, to where you can catch her face and. Oh god, well you made a perception check, but make intelligence checks for me, just for Rhaenyra and Pyxrin, please. To see if you can place who this is. Since it was a bit ago.
8.
Okay.
Wasn't she all
18.
goth and everything?
Okay, Pyxrin, you recognize it as Grelith.
What?
Oh no!
She's up at the bar. She's up at the bar. As she said, she's on crutches, so she kind of like had hopped in, and
All right, we can outrun her.
she gets to the bar, and you can't hear, of course, what she's saying because you're kind of like back in a corner. But you know, the barman kind of goes back and get back in the kitchen area that you would assume, and shows she's just kind of like standing there and looking around. Okay. Yeah. Doesn't look over at your table, but she kind of readjusts her cloak that she's wearing, and
So I see her, but I don't recognize her. So then,
Hey.
you would I would say for you, Rhaenyra, she looks familiar, but you can't place
Okay.
who. Yeah.
She's going to, Pyxrin's going to lower her voice and kind of lean in closer towards the middle of the table and kind of like go like this. Grelith? Damn.
Grelith?
Who's that?
Oh, don't remember her.
No, I wouldn't. Tegan wouldn't. Tegan was on the other side of the furnace.
I think that I remember the name. Didn't Ingot speak of a Grelith?
Was I there for that? Probably.
Ingot?
Yeah, and Ingot was the one who tried. That I remember. She tried to attack us.
Yeah, she tried to kill Kazil, yeah.
Tried to kill Kazil.
Because it was his fault that Grelith died.
Oh, I did not realize. I just knew that
Because they were
Ingot
in
came through the portal with us to the safe house.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
That's how she knew everything we were doing, because we were talking right in front of her.
Well, somebody depressed her, so.
Yeah, I would say all of you have heard the name once she says it. Like you.
Yes. Yeah, we all met her at the safe house. So.
Except
Well, no,
for him.
you didn't meet Grelith at the safe house.
No, that's
so-
Grelith. No, Ingot.
Right.
No, we all met Ingot at the safe house.
I'm trying to remember that far back, to be honest. Oh, the beginnings.
Yeah, I think that you saw her Pyxrin because you were with Jocyn when she ran through to try and get the mages out.
Right. That side. Yeah.
I think Rhaenyra was already through the portal.
Oh, okay. So she was she the one with Kazoo?
Yeah, she was helping
Yeah.
Kazil. Kazil went down to a level below where y'all were fighting.
Okay.
And he was helping her free the mages down there because she was trying to get to Ingot.
Yeah, she came up the stairs, and there was like a left or right, and she went left up the stairs and kept going.
She went out into the city.
Apparently had a parachute.
Well, they think it's partner.
What if, guys? Wait, time out. Conspiracy theory time. So what if in the shift she's the one that survived by coming with us, and Ingot's the one that stayed behind?
Oh my God, mind blown!
What if?
Do we remember Ingot?
Yeah,
Someone go hand.
Yeah, you know, you
Someone
still,
go hand her a knife and see what
you
happens.
still remember Ingot. You still remember Ingot.
So that whole thing did happen in our memories.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Come on, that would have been
That
great.
would have been
It
great.
would have been
That would've
great.
really-
It would have been.
But it would have
wonderful.
taken us 5 sessions before we figured that out. So
I think maybe someone should talk to her then.
She's still waiting for her food up at the counter.
Oh.
I do not volunteer.
She does look
Tegan
over
will
at the
go up.
table
Follow
Okay.
me.
and
Zephyr doesn't know what's going
well, you wave at her. Okay.
Sure.
So,
Ah.
so she kind
Tegan
of
will just roll his
Damage.
eyes.
she
like,
kind of does a double take, and you see something kind of change on her face.
worst case scenario, we die, guys. It's okay.
looks like the map's gonna get some use tonight.
And
At least I got
she kind of says something to like the whoever's behind the bar and starts pushing her way over to your table with her
Things are a
crutches.
little weird here.
I recognize the lot of you.
Not the alcoholic bird.
Right.
Zephyr's the name.
Hi.
Guard.
Tegan will introduce himself. Tegan.
She knows you.
She kind of looks
she
a
did
little
see me.
dumbfounded.
She went the long way.
And she looks at Pyxrin. Weren't you the group in Baryn? Up in the, down in the furnace?
Yeah.
And she kind of leans on the table. That's, Oh. I know where else I've seen your faces. The wanted posters. Well, I think that they've been taken down now, but
Yeah, big.
I don't know what you did, but... I mean, I don't know what you did to get them taken down, but...
Oh.
I don't think you want to know.
What, So... Is it true?
What?
What?
What part?
Tegan, you son of a bitch.
The wanted posters. They said that you were responsible for Baryn. You see,
You were there.
right, I ran through the room trying to help the other mages.
That's what we were doing.
What were you doing in that room?
Looking for our friends who were mages.
One of our friends was a mage there. We were looking for it.
Okay.
And we were helping the mages, just as you were.
Yeah.
Do you know what they were using the mages for beforehand?
We had suspicions. I knew it was going to be risky. Yes.
Indeed it was. How did you survive?
great question.
Oh, one of few. There were mages up in the city that were offering transportation circles for other mages, teleportation circles to get to some of the higher level ones. And they knew me because of Ingot, so they, even though I'm not really a mage, they allowed me to go.
Sorry, that was me.
Have you seen Ingot?
No, the last time that I remember seeing her, she was with you, but
Oh, I have a good one.
I don't see her now.
Oh, wait. We don't know where she is, really. Because last time we saw her, she tried to stab, and yeah,
Oh,
Barney's kind of a bitch.
She did stab.
Yeah, not try.
Yeah.
She succeeded.
She stabbed.
I was trying to be polite, but at the end, I'm not very polite.
Let me explain.
She thought you
See, what happened was...
She had come through the
Why don't you take my seat and we can sit down?
we had a portal that brought us here. And we brought Ingot we tried to, I think, we were trying to get as many people through the portal
Yeah, I remember.
as we could. And Ingot came with us, and she became rather distraught. She thought she had lost you.
She had every right to believe that.
In her rage, she blamed us for the possibility of losing you. And she took that rage out on one of our members.
So you could, if you could find her and let her know that you're still alive, she could then stop hunting us. That'd be great.
You're legit.
I mean, I'm really glad you're alive, but that's also would be great.
I haven't
I agree
seen
with
her.
Wren.
I don't know where she's at.
So, how did you come to know about the mages in Baryn?
I lived there.
Oh.
Did you know that they were using them to keep up the city?
Well, of course, I was in love with the mage, so we had our suspicions, like I said. We were trying to, but then one day, Ingot went missing in the city. I took those suspicions and went to go get her. She'd been gone for about 2 weeks. I was going crazy and decided that even though I thought that it would be extremely dangerous and that I would most likely get killed, that I'd at least try to free her. And I did. Sorry she tried to hurt your friend. That's not the Ingot I know.
Well, hopefully, maybe, perhaps you can get her back.
I don't know where to start. I haven't heard from her
Are you staying somewhere? If she,
I have a brother
tries to-
here in the city.
Okay.
He came to Baryn and literally pulled me out of the rubble. We didn't... I guess I should explain. Even though I took a teleport to below, I didn't quite realize how much devastation there would be once it fell. So we weren't teleported clear enough to avoid. And she kind of looks down at her legs, further damage.
If we see her, we'll tell her you're here. If you would like.
No, of course. Yes. I know I saw you over here and I had hoped that maybe she just was somewhere else. But still with you. I wish that was the case. But thank you for getting her to safety.
Sorry, we couldn't be of much comfort to her. I think that might have. She was very distraught.
Still, it doesn't sound like she was brave and sometimes reckless, but she wasn't outright violent.
Ega.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What's Shiga?
As far as we understand it, Shiga might be the reason behind this madness.
The Shiga are the reason?
Shiga is a term that they're using for spirits of a magic illness. That some are taking advantage of.
Is that why Baryn got a little crazy?
Part.
Possibly.
Yep.
Oh. Have to.
So be careful. You may not know her state of mind if you come upon her.
Okay.
What are you having for dinner?
Oh, just getting something to take back to the house. My brother's working this evening, so it's just me.
Your brother lives here.
Lives in the town, yes, in Relesk. I've been staying with him since everything happened.
A waiter guy around nearby.
He said that he would be behind the counter. So you can wave him over if you want to.
I want to wave him over.
Okay. He'll come over pretty immediately. Yes.
Whatever she's having tonight, I'll cover it.
He'll look at Grelith and... Okay, we'll do. And we'll kind of go back to his station. It's very kind of you. Thank you.
Been through a lot.
Well, send word. You want to have a piece of paper.
Yeah.
She'll tell you her address. Her brother's house address. If you ever see her, or, maybe if you're not able to tell, even if you tell her directly where I'm at, if you wouldn't mind dropping me a note, letting me know.
Of course.
There's not a day goes by if I don't. Hopefully there's something that can be done. Thank you again. I am gonna go.
Have a good evening.
She'll kind of give a nod and readjust her her crutches and go over to the counter, and you'll see that if you look, like, the bartender has kind of put, has the food in, like, this kind of, like, container looking thing and puts it into, like, a satchel that he loops around her, one of her crutches. So definitely a practiced routine that she's definitely done here before. And as she heads out, she'll look back at the table, just nod once more, and head out the front doors, leaving you at the table. Are we getting a room across the street, or it is getting probably like 6:30 around this
set
time?
out right now.
You could set out right now. You absolutely could.
Guys, if we do a long rest, we're gonna gain a level.
That's how it works, right?
No.
Nice try.
Yeah, might as well.
That's a nice head to desk there.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
close.
Anything else that you want to discuss before you head over to the inn? Are you good to go here?
I think we're good. Yeah.
And it'll just be
What
another
else will I
5
get?
copper Wren for her meal.
Okay.
All right, so y'all head over to the Bristol Inn. There, how you remember it, and get some rooms for the night. Anything you'd like to accomplish before going to bed?
So the like offering thing that doesn't exist in this reality, right?
You don't remember an offering thing,
Yeah.
but now this is something that actually I'm retconning, because last week y'all took me by, or a couple weeks ago you took me by surprise on this whole, like, I had forgotten about things changing. You do remember John. And you do remember him teleporting you to Trindalag?
Trindalag, yes.
Okay.
But
Do we remember what he told us about Rivelin?
He didn't, well, he told you about Rivelin, but Rivelin was fine. He spoke to you about his sister being there with his parents. But yeah. He sought you out in the city. And teleported you.
okay. Same result, different circumstances.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything you would like to get done before bedtime?
Because what time is it?
Oh, I mean, it's still, I mean, kind of early. It's like, I would say probably like it's 8 p.m. So it's definitely an early bedtime.
Yeah. I think I kind of want to go out and about,
Okay.
not with real intention of somewhere I'm going,
Okay.
but just kind of low profile, just observing things going on in the city and seeing if there's anything that is weird or stands out to me.
Okay.
Seems things feel a little off. It's like I kind of want to observe.
Sure. Sure. You can make, if you're doing it stealthily, you can make a stealth check for me, and also make an investigation check.
22 on the stealth,
Okay. Awesome.
15 on the investigation.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, you're able to sneak around the city, able to you're kind of keeping an eye out for anything, different, passing by the front like gates, which are armed. You have some guards out there. You do notice, I will say that you do notice the horse stables on the other side of the gate, like as you exit the city. So you know where that's at for in the morning. Yeah, I will say that there are Oh gosh, I put up my d20 here. You do witness twice. How long do you think that you're walking around for, Wren?
If it's like 8,
Yeah.
I would probably walk around for 2 to 3 hours.
Okay. All right. During that time, you do notice 2 arrests made. You notice there are 3 situations where you'll see people kind of like, you'll notice 2 or 3 people kind of talking amongst themselves in like the darker parts, like the darker alleys. Just peppered around town. Not like that there's like a coup going on, but you know, just, and that seems a little off to you because as a player, you know that before it was like, everyone was happy. Everyone was fine.
Yeah.
So that kind of sits with you weird. And I mean, besides that, you know, you do notice, I would say that early, like it's not too long after you go on your walk, you would notice a couple of like 4 guards walking with a half-orc man that kind of fit the description of the mayor. They're just walking from one building to the center tower, and they take the elevator up. Everything else doesn't really strike you as odd. As you're heading back, make a... Let's see. Yeah, as you're heading back to the inn, make a perception check for me on your way back after you're done with your rounds.
20.
You do notice as you're rounding the corner and you start down the street or on the sidewalk towards the Bristol Inn, you do notice someone kind of standing across the street, leaning against the... And I would assume that you're probably still being stealthy at this point, up until you get in. Yeah, so as you're approaching, you're kind of staying in the shadows. You see this other person kind of staying in the shadows across the street. Hooded, long cape. And they are just kind of camped there. Like, you stop and kind of watch them.
Looking at the inn? Like watching the inn, or just standing
facing the inn? You can't really tell if their eyes are like on the inn, because they're not only in the darkness, but their heads kind of down a bit. But they're definitely facing the inn, kind of with their arms crossed and leaning against the building. I mean, it's not extremely out of place given, you know, that you've seen other people just kind of hanging around outside places for the rest, but it just seems kind of weird because it's not like, it's close to the tavern, so there could be a reason for it, but it is strange.
Yeah. I might linger a little longer and see what she does.
Yeah, they stay there for a bit and then kind of lean off and just kind of disappear into, or from what you can tell, disappear into the darkness. There is an alleyway there, but you can't like see down the alleyway. It's kind of ahead of you a bit.
While I'm watching, is there any kind of distinguishing marks or designs or anything? Because kind of what I'm trying to... Because Relesk was where Tegan, your like Thieves Guild people were, right?
Yes. No, actually, well, not it was Eldrin's group.
Okay, well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to see if there's some marking that I can tell him about to see if it was somebody he knows of that was maybe watching us or something.
From what you can tell, the skin looks dark. and it's hard to tell. The features look like, I mean, it could be human, it could be elven, because you can't see you can't see the ears from the hood. But there's no distinguishing skin tones of like other races that would, Tritons or Genasi or anything like that.
Cool patch on the thing
right.
that says, yo.
No.
Guild
Just very
102.
undescript. Dark clothing.
No, we don't.
Dark browns and blacks. But yeah, dark skin. And could be, anything that would have like the skin this consistency of like a human or an elf.
Got it. Sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
I will just go inside.
Okay. All right. And as you go inside and head upstairs, was Mags with you during that entire thing? Or did you leave her in the room?
I would have probably left her at the room.
Okay. Well, when you go into the room, she's definitely glad to see you.
Was I sharing a room with anybody? Or are we all individual rooms?
I don't know. What do you want to do? I mean, the rooms, I don't remember how much I charged you before.
I think
but
they were really cheap.
Yeah, they were really cheap. I'm going to say like a silver a night for a room.
On the way up to my room, I'd also, if not sharing rooms or whatever, I'd probably go to Tegan's room and tell him that I saw somebody possibly watching the inn, if that matters to us, but just something to be aware of as we go.
Okay.
Did you say silver for the night?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And then I go to bed.
Okay. So
Cuddle
as
Max just...
everyone cuddles in for the night, that's
I'm going to be reading for the evening.
Okay. What are you reading?
All-nighter?
Not all night, no. But I want to finish up the Magic of Osbergen.
Okay.
I don't think I finished that yet.
All right.
And if time allows for me to get a good night's rest, I'll start on the Arcane, which is another one of Z's books.
Yeah, I would say that you would probably you finished up the Osbergen one, you probably get maybe a chapter into the Arcane, and you figure you're starting to get a little tired, and it's probably got time for bed, so you can get a full night's rest still, because it's fairly early. All right. Anything else for anyone before they go to bed? Okay. All right. Well, with that, we'll end tonight's session.
Woo!
Start back up next week.
I cast
much.
the Lehman's Tiny Hut because I'm paranoid.
Okay, so you cast Lehman's Tiny Hut inside your small little motel room, and
Alarms go up.
There you go.
Magic.
No alarms go off.
Well, that's true. I didn't think about that.
So that fireball experiment.
No alarms go off.
Yeah.
Not that you can tell.
Somewhere in a security desk far away.
All right. So thank you players for joining in, and thank you chat for hanging out with us this evening. It was a fun time. If you're unaware, you've been watching The Forsaken, which is every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I have all kinds of D&D content on this channel. Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, we have D&D 5e content at 10 p.m. Eastern Time all those nights, as well as on Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with Tower of Dreams, which is DM'd by Andrew here. Also on Tuesday, so tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Dungeon Craft with Steph and Vic, where myself and Victoria do some dungeon crafting. We paint some miniatures, we craft some dungeon tiles. Fun time had by all. There's always hot takes done, either between ourselves or with chat. So, fun time. Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time is Mad Art with Steph, where I, Steph, do some mad art. I do basically fan art for the streams here on the channel. If you're not part of our Discord, please join, because won't be long before we, probably within like this weekend, like we'll have some more polls up for our next pieces. So stop in there. If you've watched the streams and you have any ideas, you can drop those in the Mad Art channel. And at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Sundays, we usually have Mad Bird Plays, but that is on a current hiatus. Hopefully very shortly be back, where we get together and play some Tabletop Simulator and that sort of thing. All right, and we also have a Patreon, so if you're looking for ways to support the channel, great way to do so. All kinds of stuff there. Not only do you get some cool little extras, but we also get more that way. So it's our preferred way to support if you're looking for that. Like this Wednesday is our December movie night for the $20 and up tier, where we're going to be watching a couple of movies this month. We're watching Gremlins and Batman Beyond. No, not Batman Beyond. Batman Returns. That's it. So I'm super excited to get my nostalgia on this Wednesday. All right, so we are going to be raiding over to someone as soon as I get this pulled up. Stephanie, how dare you? Let's take that off really quick. And let's see who we got going here. Oh, it looks like, let's see, Behold Roleplay. Yeah. Let's head over to Behold Roleplay. It looks like that they're live with a new episode. So we will, oh gosh. Now, Stephanie, you don't have any of this stuff up, so give me 1 second and we will head over there when we can. But yeah, thank y'all so much for joining in. Hopefully you have a decent rest of your week. That's what I hope for you. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, do something good for yourselves this week. And let's see here.
Go find an old college professor.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're heading over there in 10, 8.
Mage hand.
Exactly. So glad to see Jocyn again. All right, so we're heading over. Give them a call in the chat. Thank you again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.